Welcome
Yeah.
to Destination Divergence, episode 69.
Nice.
Well timed, nice, thank you. This is the Might, Metal, and Magic group, now with a new addition since last week. We'll get to that. Last time, you all led a daring escape out of Reckonmark. Catalina assured you that she had a plan to get you where you needed to go and out of town as long as you could see the sky. But there was quite a lot of rock and stone above you, as well as many, many soldiers, very well trained by the best soldier academy in the world, all mindlessly searching for you to hunt you down, due to a spell placed on them by Mordekash of some form. After a brief rest to heal up your wounds, you dashed up through the building, trying to stay invisible, but unfortunately there were some mishaps, and you had to go to Plan B, which was Plan Triceratops, actually, I believe. Where Drost tunneled, or just barreled down the hallway as a Triceratops, knocking all of the guards aside, allowing enough room for several of you to get through. Eli took a few arrows, but otherwise you were all right. And so,
shish kebabbed.
Yeah, Eli did become a Minecraft character a little bit
Just
with all the
sleep
arrows.
it off, Eli.
But anyways, you survived, and Catalina transformed into an extremely large Coatl, larger than you've ever seen, although I imagine most of you had only seen the one that she had summoned before, which was just a medium-sized little creature. However, this one was large enough for you all to grab onto her back as she carried you up into the sky. It was extremely cold up in the sky, as it's, winter and high elevation with the wind whipping through you. But she landed nearby. You got inside the pocket dimension that you carry around, the key and orb you got from Stormhome Keep. And Drost, since he's a little hardier against the cold, held on to Catalina's back and held the orb with the rest of you in that pocket dimension for the rest of the journey. You traveled straight to the Demon Wastes, where Catalina went down into a canyon, into a village that was built into the walls of the canyon with bridges going back and forth and platforms suspended in the middle and such. And upon landing, you met your new companion, Bracana, one of the great warriors of this village, who is willing to head down into Kyber with you.
Also known as Bricked Up.
Or just Brick.
Or Kana.
Yep,
Folks.
all of the above.
Brick.
You also managed some trades with some of the people here. They weren't really able to spare much. They had they have lots of magic items that they've handed down for lots of time, but they don't really have much of an economy out here. It's very, very much just everyone do what you can to survive. We'll survive this together, and we have a duty to protect the world from what's beneath us here. So they weren't willing to trade you anything that could help them in combat, but you had some items that would help them in combat, and they were willing to trade you some more utility-based items for them. Some of them pretty powerful. So I made those trades, so everything should be in all of your inventories between sessions. And now you're all departing the surface deep into the labyrinth and into Kyber below. You all follow a path down the side of the canyon. Winds back and forth slowly. It takes you some time. And it's not the easiest path in the world. It doesn't seem like it was meant to be easy. It's just meant to be safe enough. But you all manage. As you're getting deeper and deeper into this canyon, it's getting darker and darker.
Yes, indeed.
What?
Darker and darker.
I didn't hear what Nick said.
I didn't either, but it's whatever. I think I
just
can
said
guess.
deeper.
Yeah.
As it gets
That was my
darker and
guess.
darker, I still see all, bitch.
You still see all, comma, bitch.
Me too.
Do you got 120 feet of
Oops.
dark vision too?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm not the special one.
I
But
also
I
have
got it
120 feet of dark
360.
vision.
But I got it 360. Y'all gotta turn around.
True.
True.
Leroy's head just spins like a top. Like a.
Oh
like
god,
a...
that please don't do that again.
Suddenly says the mouth roll.
Scanning the environment.
Should I light a torch, or do we want to stay like more stealthy?
That
I'll
is up
say
to
to the
all of
party.
you.
Mm,
I could be fine.
Inclined to stay fairly stealthy.
maybe we should ask the expert if it's better to be stealthy in this area.
I was about to ask that.
So,
mean
Oh,
you
we're
don't-
asking you.
I mean, I was about to ask the DM.
Who's the DM?
Oh, shut up.
Why do people keep bringing up DM all the time? Look, is that some code word I'm
direct
supposed to know?
Shush, Wade.
You know, like when I speak into your head.
Oh, that's what he. Oh, is he talking to you,
You might be trying to. I don't know.
Leroy? Okay.
So Berkana, you would know that if there's anything lurking nearby, obviously there's always a possibility of that, but not many have gone down too far and actually come back out. There have been many people who have, announced their intentions to dive deep into Kyber and, destroy the demons and the devils below, all of the above. But very few have come back, and those who did have not gone as deep as you are going. I mean, the labyrinth is where many of these fiends rise into your world, and that's why your village is stationed where it is, so they can be seen coming up from below and be intercepted before they break out into the world above.
Well, all of the labyrinth is dangerous, but I believe the fiends, they're the monsters that rise from it, can see perfectly well and would only have the edge if we don't have light.
Alright,
So-
Melos, go ahead and make your light. I don't think we're sneaking anyways.
Yeah, Berkana raises a hand and sets a glowing light.
Well, we have enough people that do I have a torch in my bag of holding? I forget that's not my inventory now. Yeah, I'm gonna take a torch out of my bag of holding and light it.
All right, so you got a couple light sources to work with then. Some magical light and a torch. Plenty for the whole group to be able to see a decent distance around you. As you get closer to the bottom of this canyon, you can actually see the floor of the canyon below you. And you can see numerous caves leading out in different directions. And none of them go very far before bending off in a different direction. They seem to form, as the name of this place might suggest, quite a maze down here.
Wait, isn't it just called Kyber? Why would that be a maze?
Well, you are in the labyrinth.
Oh yeah, forgot about that part.
Catalina takes the lead of the group and just simply points at one of the cave entrances and says, "I think this is the one we need to take. I'm hoping I keep getting these feelings as we go."
Sort of a magical GPS.
Of sorts. My purpose leads me to what needs to be done.
See.
How handy.
It's convenient.
Alright, everyone. Keep your eyes peeled.
Will do.
Indeed. Arcana, have you ever come down this deep before? come into any of these caves?
I have not, no. I keep my vigil at the edge of the labyrinth. Although those who do come this deep seldom return, almost never. And those who brag about coming this deep usually have not.
They get kids they didn't mean to have.
Well, assuming we all make it out of this alive, we're about to make history then. And she steps into the cave.
Well, I suppose we should probably follow her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where I'm going.
It will be nice to have a walk-in devil finder.
Yes.
You all,
Yes, I follow that.
Yep. You all head into the cave then. And indeed, Catalina does get a sense of where to go as you traversing these caves. You come on various intersections and bends and twists. And at every one, Catalina only needs to pause for a brief moment. Mormon?
Mormon?
He is
Brief
deeply
Mormon.
religious.
Just a brief Mormon, though. Before pointing out which way to go. At one point, what even looks like a four-way intersection of two different tunnels, one at a strange angle to the other, which actually points at a place none of you saw, which is a very small tunnel that you all have to kind of squeeze through, especially Drost. Eli can probably just, easily crawl in, but sort of between two of the intersections instead, that then opens up to more caves on the other side. It takes a while. You feel like you're traveling for so long down here that you're not sure how you're going to make it back out of this place unless you have a similar guide on the way out. As she takes you down another tunnel and more twists, more turns, and past more intersections. And you're hopelessly turned around, but Catalina continually points out where to go. Until finally, you come to a long tunnel, and it has been hours of walking at this point. And in this tunnel, you feel the heat in the air begin to rise. As you walk forward, step by step, the air grows heavier and warmer, and you see a red glow at the end of the tunnel eventually that gets brighter and brighter as you head forward. You begin to smell burning, ash and soot ahead of you. The glow grows brighter and brighter. And as you emerge from the edge of this tunnel, it opens up into an extremely expansive space, which is almost jarring with how large it is. You see above you a sky with clouds in it, and you wonder just how deep you've come and how this is at all possible. The ground below is the site of what appears to be the most ridiculous and drawn out battleground of all time. There's no life here. The ground is bones and rock and craters and pools of blood that have never washed away. The ground has shifted and cracked, where different elements of it have just broken up and left crevices beneath, and entire sections of land have been tilted and switched around. There appear to be remnants of cities of many different cultures just broken up and placed here out of nowhere. You see great towering structures broken and tilted. Some of them appear to at one point have been some sort of extremely large mechanical structures, great war machines, terrible machines of death. And there are great fortresses dotted across this landscape. In addition to all of this is a great and terrible river which flows through the entire plane here, winding and twisting and getting into everything around it. It seems like it goes on impossibly long and twists and turns nonsensically. It doesn't appear to be flowing downwards according to physics. It appears to be just flowing out and about and around wherever it can possibly reach. Ahead of you is a small plateau with a wall around the top of it, made of bones and scraps of metal and stone, painted in blood with all sorts of crude symbols around it and barbed wire around the top of it, all the way around the plateau. You can see that's a little under a half a mile ahead of you. And in the middle of the plateau is a stone structure that appears to be a hand reaching up out of the earth and trying to grab at something. But it is made of stone. It's not moving. It's what it looks like.
It's totally gonna move later on.
Catalina points out past that plateau.
Mm.
I think we will need to cross that river, but I get a bad feeling about it.
Does make sense. And I don't like it either.
Shit.
What sort of a bad feeling?
Just the worst, just rot in the pit of my gut when I look at it.
Any chance you can fly us over?
I seem to not be able to down here.
Oh, how
There is
convenient.
evil in the air here. We need to be swift about whatever we do here. I think I will be alright. Well, if I survive. But all of you may feel evil creeping into your souls if you stay here too long.
Oh, good.
You didn't really come down here to survive, though, did you?
No, I did not.
So, I suppose we go onward and see what happens.
Perhaps we should see what that is all about ahead of us. See if we can gain any information.
What are we going to stop and ask a passerby? Or just look?
In my studies of the labyrinth, would I have heard anything like this river?
Yeah, I'd say there definitely have been plenty of stories passed down, and no one knows exactly who got down this far or how they got out with the knowledge, but there's knowledge among your people, regardless. That is the river Styx, and you don't want to dip in it or drink it.
Speak for yourself.
You also know that this place is, like you saw, an extreme battleground between demons and devils, where the devils are sort of home here, and the demons are constantly pouring in from the river into the land, and the devils are fighting them back.
So the river Styx is a portal of some kind that will probably kill a mortal instantly.
They always say sticks and stones may break my bones, but they don't say it'll kill you instantly.
I think it'll break your mind, more like. That's the
I think
feeling.
if you throw enough stones, you're gonna die. Like,
I've got a more broken mind than most people.
you're also like, no offense, but you're like made of metal, so it's not gonna hurt you as much as it's gonna hurt little old me or something.
Perhaps we should find a good craftsman then.
I don't mean to make a point of it, but how is that offensive?
How's what offensive?
That I'm made of metal. You wouldn't have prefaced it with no offense if you didn't think it was offensive.
I don't know if it is or not.
Oh, you were just making a comment about my body. I see.
All
Yeah, well,
right.
I am made of metal. I mean, I'm just wondering what might happen if I were to.
We might as well start walking. This is
enough.
going to take a
Indeed.
while.
Just be
Yes.
careful.
I think Dross is done with the conversation.
Yes, we've had this before. It's nothing new.
The land.
All right.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
The land down here, as you begin walking, is treacherous and seems to attempt to betray you with every step. You have to be very careful with your movements as you walk over old bones and shattered pieces of armor and have to avoid little streams and pools of blood that appears to be almost boiling on its own. Even the rock begins to crumble as you walk, and it's just, you never really have a perfect foothold, only trying to maintain your balance. The air is extremely hot, and you can feel it just like a pressure in your lungs. So, as you approach, are you heading straight up to the plateau then, like Catalina suggested, or are you going somewhere else? I guess I should ask.
Those might be worth seeing if there's like a back door we could leave through or enter through.
All right. So, as you approach this place, I'm going to ask you all to make me a Constitution saving throw, as the walk in this place is extremely exhausting. You feel like you're fighting against the land and the air just to move.
Constitution.
Institution.
Constitution.
Okay. Eli as well, please.
Eli.
Eli's hands.
E-I-O. Get it? That was to the tune of Viva Viagra.
Ah, fuck.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of those ads.
Oh.
Must be in the wrong demographic.
That makes one
Sorry,
of us.
bud.
Unfortunately, Eli is the only one to get one level of exhaustion.
Wait, unfortunately?
Well,
Tell me you're a player
Eli
killing
gets
DM.
a level of exhaustion, unfortunately, but is the only one.
And Eli's on Juno anyway, presumably.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah,
this guy's
Juno
just trying to
gotta
get the
make a
dog
save,
killed.
The dog can't die. The dog's immortal.
He's
I don't
suffering.
think it can suffer. That's true.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Juno gets a level of exhaustion.
Okay, I'm just gonna give her one temp HP as the level of exhaustion because NPC cheats don't have that option.
Catalina is
Why
just gonna get a level of exhaustion.
did you bring your dog into the fucking the labyrinth? Basically hell.
Oh, that,
because he loves the dog.
that is a good question.
If you love the dog, don't you not bring it to hell?
I didn't know the option to leave her was there.
You can leave her inside the pocket dimension.
Oh shit! Can I put her in there?
Seriously,
Eli's just like,
brought a normal dog into hell.
It's an immortal dog. It can't actually die. The suffering will end.
Yeah, but I don't want her to suffer. Look at her; she's so tired, just like me. Come on, let her rest. You want to go rest, girl? Yep. Yeah, see, she
Actually,
want to go rest.
I think I was holding the pocket dimension last.
Yes, you never said you gave it back, so I don't have it.
Yeah, I'll open that up.
Well, thank you.
All right, and Juno is safely stored in the pocket dimension.
Nothing
so-
weird happens when it opens. Nothing dimensional.
Nope.
All right, just checking.
Thank you for checking. But yep, you're all set.
Why would you check that kind of thing?
I want to know.
Catalina also mentions, as that conversation goes on, and just a note as well. I do believe we are in Kyber itself now. I think we are beyond the labyrinth.
Oh, how nice.
Yes, welcome to hell, everyone.
Yeah, that makes
As
sense.
she says it, she kind of
Hell of a time.
slips on a bone that scrapes against a rock and has to catch her balance.
Hmm.
You okay?
I'm fine. This place weighs on me.
Hmm.
Feels a little bit tiring to go anywhere down here.
Indeed. If we need to travel a long ways, if it must be done, it must be done. But I'd much prefer some other form of transportation.
Start checking my pockets. No, I got nothing.
Well, there has to be some way to get around down here.
Oh, like a built-in, like a subway.
Something.
What's a subway?
It's pretty close to hell.
God damn.
It's a special kind of lightning rail they have in Sharn.
Ooh. Wait, this is actually a thing?
It is now.
Oh my. Oh, okay.
We're in Sharn,
Nice.
the city that is mostly vertical, where the subway is most useless. So, you get closer to this plateau, and to this fortified wall, if you can call it that, sort of cobbled together structure. And as you get closer, you see little specks of red walking along the top of it, moving back and forth. Very bright red, just little triangles moving back and forth. Can't quite make them out yet, unless anybody has a feature that lets them see longer distances.
No. Verumoguses.
They're Amoguses. Oh no, they're all imposters.
Aren't we really the imposters?
Hmm.
Pretty sus.
It's the one crewmate, 9 imposter lobby. All right. You continue closer?
I suppose we have to. We can't see shit from here.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, you're all going to see a black screen here. That's because I'm going to do something a little different with Foundry. Right?
Okay.
Because I don't have maps prepared. Because, fun fact about this place, it's impossible to map. So instead,
Uh-huh.
this is just where I'm going to show images. Woo!
All right.
So you're walking along towards this structure. And along the tops of the walls, you can begin to make out the creatures that are up there.
What the fuck?
Are those Diggles?
They are small, they are bearded, and they have these large red hats that sort of have elements that drape down their front and their back and are almost larger than the entire creature, just the hat. And they see you approach.
Sounds like red
Yeah.
caps.
Yep.
And one of them points its weapon down at you and says, "Halt! What is the password?"
Oh my god, they're elves.
Come on, the password.
I'm sorry, does somebody here know a password?
What do I know about red caps?
You can make me a religion or arcana check.
All right, they're both plus 14, so 28.
They are tricky little things that are murdery pranksters. They're just evil fae creatures, essentially. They are little tricky dudes. Their hats are red because they dip them in blood. The fresher, the better.
Lovely.
It's like, oh, just stiff.
So, the password. Which one of you has the password?
Does anybody know how to read their minds?
We don't have all day. The password.
Just
This
one
time-
moment. I'm conferring.
How many guesses do we get?
As you're
Eli.
asking that question, another one walks up to this one, begins like kind of clawing at its face, like kind of swatting out. They're getting into like a cat fight, but he keeps asking the password. Come on now.
Wait, is he turning into Ben Shapiro? This is only getting worse.
Do we just go around this, or do we? What the fuck? What is this, Perkana?
Fiddlesticks?
Redcap.
I don't think it's Fiddlesticks. Is it Fiddlesticks? Turns to one.
It was
Wait, you don't know the password
Fiddlesticks
either?
last time I was here.
The
I
one-
say
The one who's
confidently.
the one who's fighting with him says, "We don't have a password, you idiot."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
damn.
my other thought.
They're
Kinda-
murderous little tricksters.
And the one who came up and started fighting with him kind of pushes him off the wall into the wall away from you guys, and you hear a thud on the other side. And that one says, "Well, to get into our fine establishment, you must perform a task for us.
Is it murder?
Can you all let's see, pat your head and rub your belly at the same time while spinning around clockwise? Come on, go on, do it."
I'm not going to do that.
I suggest we don't turn our backs on them.
I can do it, I say with the eyes all on my cloak, and I start patting my head and rubbing my belly and rotating clockwise, still being able to see him.
Give me a dexterity check or a performance check.
All right.
That cloak is entirely unsettling.
Right?
Eli confidently says, "I can do this," and then does it absolutely perfectly and flawlessly. And the red cap atop the wall begins giggling. He's doing it. He's really doing it. Okay, now do a somersault. Come on, do a somersault.
All right.
When do we kill these guys?
All right, you're all fun. Come on in, come on in. And he disappears beneath the wall, and you hear a cranking sound, and a portion of the wall kind of just separates out a little bit. It kind of like creaks to the side. It's not really a door so much as like the red caps behind it just kind of peeling back a section of the wall and holding it up.
Do we absolutely need to go through that? Because I feel like we're gonna fucking die.
It really feels questionable.
Just so you know, their hats are that color because they dyed them with blood.
Well, that's efficient.
Well, we're in hell. Like, I get it,
Sort of
but like,
normal.
Well, demon
So
blood's the good
garish.
stuff, but we'll take human blood too.
You know,
You did.
what serves for blood is oil. Just so you know.
alright.
I've never dipped my hat in oil before. I
It
don't think
wouldn't
that would
come
work
out
very
red.
well. No, that would not. That would not be good.
Makes it real flammable, which would be on theme for red, but
Mm.
Milos,
You do make a
I
good
don't
point.
need you to tell them that.
Any of you have any spare oil we could try?
Alright, group, in or out?
That's
Do
all
we
right.
need to go
We're
in
not
here?
going to stab you. You're all cool. You're fun. Especially you. You're fun. I'm pointing to Eli.
Well, thank you kindly.
All right. Are you heading in or are you not heading in?
I'm following the group.
I'm looking around everybody else. We going in or not?
I mean,
What's
I
Catalina
love
doing?
Gross.
it doesn't look like there's
Catalina.
anyone around, is there?
Catalina's walking towards it.
All right.
Alright, we follow Catalina, I guess.
Yeah, I guess follow Catalina.
Yep,
Follow
She
draw.
knows, she knows the way.
she does know the way.
All right. So you head through this little
Something
gap in
quaint.
the wall, and there are indeed several red caps behind it, peeling back sections of the wall. And as you get through, they kind of let the metal slam back in place, the loud clang, and then they kind of scatter some bones and rocks onto it to keep it down again. All right, right this way. Up there. This is Fort Knucklebone, and we are the Knucklebones. You should
Good.
meet Maggie. And you begin to walk up that way, you start to see some of these as well, mixed in with the other red caps. Most of the things here, in fact, pretty much everything you see here are red caps or these other little murder things.
The fuck are those? I would like to see if I know what the fuck those are.
You can roll me a religion check for sure on this one.
21?
They did mention before that some of them dip their hats in demon blood instead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then things begin to click into place when you see this one. You're like, demon blood sounds like it would be really nasty. Yep, there it is.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah. Now, don't look at them too long. They'll play with you, but if they don't like how you play, they're much less kind than the rest of us.
Oh, don't make eye contact. Got it.
Yeah.
I hate making eye contact.
Anyways, Maggie
At
should
least
be up
that's
here.
easy for you, Drost. You can just look right over them.
True. To be
And
fair.
the red cap leading you begins walking you off to the left alongside the wall. Right this way. I'm sure she's over here.
I have my eye out for any kind of tripwire or especially low-hanging thing.
I'm just gonna keep my eyes peeled, keep looking around.
Okay. Roll me perception checks.
So do that.
Nope.
Perception shift.
Distracted by little demon red caps.
Makes sense.
So far out of my depth that I'm just following
Yep,
Dross.
I was too good with
clue
the
what's
dancing.
happening.
The dancing was very good.
Thank you.
Great dancing.
Thank you.
So, none of you notice anything that looks like a trap, so to speak. But Leroy, you do pick up on something that perhaps the others don't right away. And that, you've been wading through essentially very old corpses and ruins of battle for a while. But in here, since you came through that wall, all the bones are smaller. Smaller than human bones. You find some skulls that are just the right size to be red cap skulls. And you realize that pretty much everything in this place is no longer dead, massive beings and structures, but all just dead red caps.
Oh
Ooh.
my.
Oh.
This place seems to be mostly these guys, like construction-wise.
Is that a
Strange.
good or a bad thing?
I don't know what that is. It might just be a thing.
Every
Well,
once in a
that's
while,
one
we just kill one of us, and then Maggie gets another one.
Here's Maggie.
I'm leading you to Maggie.
What's Maggie?
Maggie is the leader of the Knucklebones, and she is terrifying. But she keeps us. She keeps us here. She lets us fight. She's very kind. But also, you don't cross Maggie.
All right,
Yep, indeed.
don't cross Maggie. That's okay.
This is the first
Yeah.
time you have seen this thing with any hint of fear.
Reminder, by the way, and I assume that this is a pointless reminder. I can see the true form of all beings within 30 feet of me.
Yep. Nope. This thing's true form
Okay.
is itself. It's just a nasty little blood gremlin.
Love that for us.
Why do I feel like Maggie's a necromancer of some
Necromancer? No, that doesn't seem necromantic.
I don't think she
seems
does
hellish.
too much necromancy. A little here and there on the side. I think it's more of a side hustle for a hobby. Not really her main thing.
So what does she need with bodies?
She
I'm
does
the
have
necromancy.
she does have a pet that she's sort of constructed, but I'm sure you'll see that eventually.
Hmm.
The bodies here we just leave here when there's no sense really doing anything else with them. What would you do with a body?
Well,
Probably
we could talk
toss
to
it in the
one.
river.
You both talked over each other.
He said probably throw it in the river. I said I could talk to one.
Yeah, probably throwing it in the river is not a great idea. You don't want anything to do with the river. We try
What's
to keep
wrong with the
like as much metal between us and the river at all times as we can.
That doesn't splash you.
Splashing is okay, but not pleasant. You don't want to take a dip or drink it, but I mean, unless you really want to.
I will I will pass for now.
Anyways,
Mm.
this entire time he's just been taking you around the perimeter of the wall.
All right.
You've made a lap. I'm sure Maggie's just over here.
Oh no.
Doesn't seem like Maggie was here the first time.
Have we gone in a full circle?
No,
I
of
do
course not. She's
believe
this
we
way.
have.
No. Trust me. This is where I live. She's this way.
Just out of curiosity. Perfectly respectful, not trying to make anything up. Is Maggie a theoretical, sort of non-physical person, being?
No.
No, she's a physical.
She's very physical and she's killed many of us.
Okay, so she's not like death.
No.
Okay.
You'll see. You'll see. She's right this way.
Insight?
Roll me an insight check.
I mean, I wasn't the best to pick insight for that one, but sure. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Maggie's this way.
Is there any chance that, like, we could wait for Maggie to show up? Does she wander around?
No, she's right over here. Just keep following this way.
Okay, we'll keep following.
Perhaps we should yell out for her.
How
Should we?
is Catalina doing?
I mean, she has a level of exhaustion. She's not doing great.
Oof.
She's thriving.
Turn back to look at her. Which way do we need to go?
Well, we need to cross the river, but I don't know how we can accomplish that right now.
Well, these people don't seem to be like the answer.
We can move on if you want.
I think it'd be good to move on before something weird happens.
Yeah.
What do you mean? He's just literally just leading us to Maggie.
Yeah, but
Yeah, she's right
he
over here.
seems really comfortable with the idea that Maggie just kills him and others.
Oh, there'll be more to come behind us. Maggie always finds more.
Yes, but you will be dead.
Wait, are you leading us to die?
I think that's the plan.
No.
Insight.
Insight check.
I am not very insightful, and I'm gonna incite that one. That was way too suspicious.
See, I'm not inciting. I'm just choosing to believe that's a fucking lie.
The big ol' ass is what?
Leroy, you don't detect that it's lying when it says that.
Aren't they also tricksters?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Okay, I mean, take us to Maggie.
Is he leading
yes,
us
this
in
way.
the same direction that we already went? Like, continuing to?
Yes.
We already looked over there for her. Maybe we should try a different direction?
No. This is my home. I know it's this way.
Oh, all right.
Well, we would hate to be a burden on Maggie. Could you please show us the way through?
The way through where?
We just wish to cross the river.
No. Don't leave. No, you need to stay and play with us.
Didn't we already do that?
More. Okay,
Do you
I'm sorry.
remember?
It was a trick. I was leading you in circles to see how long I could do it. Were you surprised?
No.
Really?
Oh my! Yeah, I was surprised.
See, I knew you were the fun one.
Whoa, that was some neat trick you got there.
Thank God Eli's an idiot.
Okay, Maggie's actually up there. He points up into the middle, like right in the middle of the wall where the, like the little big stone hand-shaped thing is. She's
Right.
probably working on, probably repairs.
Wait, were you just kidding about her killing all of y'all, or was that actually
No.
true?
No. Of course not. He kind of just kicks a skull on the ground, and it like scatters and rolls and like clinks off the wall a little bit.
I don't think we want to bother Maggie.
I mean, she already knows you're coming. I'm sure she does. You wouldn't have gotten in the walls if she didn't.
Oh, wonderful.
Walk boldly into the jaws of death.
Hey, maybe she has a way across the river.
But if I take you to Maggie, you have to promise to stay for a little bit and play with us, yeah?
Didn't we already do that?
Okay,
as he
maybe we
says
should
that,
just go across the river.
a bunch of them kind of scatter, not scatter, they cluster onto the top of the wall over you. Like they kind of run from either side of you to stand, like looking down at you from the wall above.
I'm playing a little bit.
See, good. The fun one will play with us. We don't care about the rest of the boring ones. Unless they can become fun, we can teach them how to be fun with some more games, yes?
We have our own kind of fun.
We can see who can hide themselves under the bones the best and play hide and seek.
I feel like you have something of an advantage there. We're so much bigger than you.
I don't know. I'm also pretty small.
Snaps his fingers like I figured it out.
Eli.
Well, anyways, I don't need to lead you there, I guess. Maggie's just there. You can go ahead. Like I said, she'll be expecting you.
All right. If she'll be expecting us, we should be on our way.
All right. So you head up to the stone structure in the middle.
Yep.
Outside it, looking at you and waiting for you to arrive, you see a couple figures.
Oh no. Oh my god. Is this her pet?
You see what appears to be Maggie and what appears to be her pet that was mentioned before.
Can we talk about how his mouth is sewn to this fucking tube that comes from his stomach?
No, we don't
I
have
mean,
to
I
talk
prefer
about
not
that.
to.
What would make... What?
Welcome to Fort Knucklebones.
Well, hi there.
I am Mad Maggie, the warlord of this region. Hello. This is Mickey. Say hello, Mickey. And Mickey raises up one hand to wave, and you just hear.
Mickey seems friendly.
He is very friendly. So, it's been a long time since we've had visitors from above.
Yeah, you know what? Right now, I'm not doing any vacation.
I imagine.
I can't imagine why.
I imagine you don't have much information on this place down here. I can offer you that and perhaps some supplies and tools for your journey, but they will all come at a cost. I have a business to run, you see. It's, well, a war business, really. I need to maintain my territory. I need supplies of my own. But I am willing to part with some supplies if you can give me something extra juicy.
What do you mean by juicy?
As long as the juicy thing isn't me. Sure.
Oh no, nothing like that.
Just gotta make sure, you know.
Well, what are you looking for? Anything specific?
Well, a deal can be made of some sort here. I deal in pain and misery.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever
Small
outcome will lead
things.
to the most of either will be beneficial to me, let's say.
All right.
Quick question. Do your people trust you and support you once you're in power?
They fear me.
That's not what I asked, though.
Yeah, that checks out.
Like, I'm saying, would they be worse off if you were not in power?
My people? The red
Yeah.
caps.
Of course.
You care about the red caps.
But I assume you do to some degree, or you
Oh,
wouldn't have so
no.
much fun killing them.
Oh, if you killed the ones in the gate, it would have been fine. I would just get more. It's fine.
But no, that's not
I've got to
really
deal
what I
with
mean.
a powerful fae.
You wouldn't kill an inconsequential being. You wouldn't even really feel pain, would it?
No, I don't kill them for fun.
Oh.
I kill them when they step out of line to keep the others in line. That's why they fear me.
Oh.
They provide me power, not fun. They are my business. They run Fort Knucklebones, and she kind of gestures to the structure behind her.
Yeah, we get it. Listen, I've heard a lot of people. What business is it?
Well, the primary currency we deal in down here is souls. She kind of shuffles a bag that's around her hip a little bit, and you hear some jingling inside. So if you have any spare souls, or a way you could get me some. Or if you'd be willing to do a few favors that would be equivalent to a few souls that I would usually hire someone to do for me, and therefore save me that money.
So?
What kind of favors?
Well, as you know, I run a war business here. I have been tasked with making sure that none of the other warlords in this region let too much go to their heads, you know what I mean? Not really that I'm head of the region or anything like that. I wouldn't say any. I wouldn't let anything like that get to my head. But it's
or
my.
Like
I've got to
assistant to the regional manager.
Something like that. In order to fulfill my end of a deal, need to make sure that none of them rise up too well. So, engaging them in combat, sabotaging what they're doing, or even just scavenging for supplies for us to use here, any of the above, would be worthy ventures.
So it's important for you to keep these people in.
And who are these other warlords in the region?
There are a few. There's a gang of were creatures that roams about and just tears into everything they can. It's great when they do that to demons. We don't want those getting too close. But when they just run over other warlords, things too much and break down walls and such, they're beginning to get a bit too confident, you know? Those are still nearby. Might be the closest to reach. There's also, I believe, off a few miles from here, a very old necromancer. She's, I don't deal with her much, but she definitely already has things go way to her head way too quickly. Her head's way too big. Needs to be taken down a few pegs. She thinks her fancy necromancy magic makes her better than the rest of us, and I say no. There's
Alright.
also an abandoned commander who defected from the structure of the devils and became sort of a rogue here. Took his legions to just roam and, well, they're working for themselves now, not for, you know, the guys upstairs. And, well, nobody else really likes them for that.
Alright.
It really makes me wonder if there's such a good, tense equilibrium in this place. Why should we interfere? We're just passing through.
Because you'll save me a bit of money. That
Would you
will
want us to do that for any of these others?
save them money.
Or effort, as you seem to imply as well?
You could try. I doubt any of them would try to deal with you, though.
Mm.
You're welcome to try if you want, though, and then it'll just unfortunately be a deal I'll never get. Because you'll be dead.
Can I ask why you want to have a deal with us? Not that I definitely, like, I'm interested in knowing more about it, but, like...
Well, yes, there's multiple elements. I, too, am interested. It's been a long time since we've had any guests down here. And also, your services would save me quite a lot of time and money. If I do judge you all correctly.
You probably do. Now, what do we get out
Probably.
of this?
You get information and some help here. You see, it has been a long time since any of your kind has been down here trying to traverse the land. But every time they've tried, they can't take too many steps in here before it starts to get too exhausting for them to continue, and they simply cannot make their way back out. Who wouldn't want that fate to happen to any of you, of course?
Of course.
So, we have vehicles. And she snaps her fingers, and Mickey turns around and sort of begins to shove a rock to the side. And then reaches in and pulls a lever, and one of the large rocks on the side of this structure kind of slides up like a garage door, and you see on the other side of it some vehicles.
Whoa.
Blip and blip. These are the two vehicles I could offer you if you were to fulfill a few tasks for me. This big one can hold most of you. This little one can hold two of you. And they're gonna need, they've all got weapons aboard and some armor, perfectly equipped for traversing the wastes down here. However, I will note, they won't get you far unless you also have a couple souls of your own. That's what they run on.
Right. Do the red caps have souls?
Not of any value, really, no. Mortal souls are the ones that are important. Now, I can also offer you some souls, but those will come at a cost as well. So it really depends on how much work you're willing to do for me, or how much you're willing to give me, if you've got anything else
Do the
to offer.
lycanthropes have souls?
Not the ones that would still be alive down here, no.
Shit.
Telepathically to the party. Do you think she has a soul?
No.
Leroy, as you reach out telepathically in this place, you feel a presence behind you. Like someone's watching you.
Sort of tilt my head back.
Disturbing.
You tilt your head back to look at whatever could be. You know,
No, just like that uncomfortable neck, like,
Yeah. Do you continue the thought either way?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, through the entire time you feel like something's watching you. Anyone else who intercepts the communication also feels like something's watching them.
There's something here, isn't there?
What'd you say?
I said there's something here, isn't there? And I said that out loud.
Something here. There's myself, there's Mickey, there's all of you. As the Redcaps.
Right. But there's something else.
Something else.
If everyone doesn't mind being on guard for a moment, I'm going to reach out to that being and say, who are you? Who's there?
You reach out towards
whatever's watching me, sort of in whatever psychic direction that feels like. If
you
that
reach
works.
out in a direction and reach nothing. What are you talking about? I don't understand.
Well, I was just thinking I do that. And I felt some thing sort of taking sips off the surface of my thoughts.
Ah, I see. Yeah, so you're a telepath then, yes?
I've got some telepathic capabilities.
I'd be very careful with that down here.
I see.
Oh.
Just a potential reminder to the DM about one of these many features I have. Mm-hmm. My thoughts can't be read by telepathy or by any other means unless I allow it.
Correct. I did keep that in mind.
Cool. Okay, dope.
However, you still feel like something is looking at you when you do this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, yes.
Okay. Yes, it's not reading the communication. It's still encrypted, but it knows it's there.
Exactly. You're sending out signals that are encrypted, but it still knows there are signals. The Devil Lords here, especially the most powerful ones, keep a very tight grasp on communication. And the
Devil Lords, my God.
They know their domains very well, and any kind of thought that tries to pass through the space such as that can be observed by them as it passes through the air.
I see. As it passes through the air?
Well, metaphorically speaking.
I see.
It's really more so to do with the location of the sender or receiver being within one of their domains.
Right. Yeah.
Alright, good to know. So someone knows we're here now.
Yeah, someone knows we're
so
here.
who listens to the telepath stuff in your area?
Well, it's not far from here that Mordekash has his fort.
Oh, god fucking damn it.
Oh, that guy.
He has his domain right on the edge of the Styx, just on the other side of it. His forces are constantly battling the demons that rise from the deep.
You know, he tried to kill me once.
And you got away. That's impressive. Well, I knew you would all be fantastic hirelings.
Well, he sort of succeeded briefly, but then I got back up, and it took him almost a minute anyway, so, I mean, like, really.
Funny enough, we are trying to get over there.
We are, yeah, actually, we came here to confront him about something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can your vehicles cross the river?
We do have a barge that's not mine, unfortunately, but there's a barge that travels around these parts, and if you wait at the edge of the river, you could pay it a soul to cross.
Fucking souls.
Everything costs a whole soul. Do you have fragment souls? Fragmental?
No, soul cannot be split. It can be siphoned from. They usually last a little bit if you siphon little bits from them. But generally we deal in whole souls.
I wonder if Mordekash's followers got souls when they brought about the mornings.
Oh, yes, they may be sort of rich right now.
Right?
They did come into quite a lot of souls recently. Are you saying you know something about this?
I know exactly how they got them.
Yeah.
I see.
We were in the blast.
Well, that is interesting.
Yeah, we don't die easy.
There's also one of them over there that has 2 fragments of who was it? Which one?
Oh, Kaiba Dragon Shots?
Was it Raktokesh?
Oh, yeah, Raktokesh.
Raktokesh himself.
Be careful with names like that down here. She kind of looks around nervously.
What, Raktokesh?
Oh my god. Don't be a dumbass.
She snaps her fingers and Mickey begins to rush towards Leroy.
No, 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 no. We'll stop him. We'll stop him. Don't worry.
Hop backwards.
Dumbass.
You seem like he's
She
continuing.
snaps again and he stops.
Does it draw unwanted attention?
It can, yes. Depends on who's listening. People down here are... Well... I don't know if loyal is the right word. If
terrified?
Unless loyalty can be drawn from fear, then it's the right word.
Didn't you say your redcaps are loyal because of fear?
Exactly, yes. Well, you said, would they be better off, or were they loyal to me? And I said they're afraid of me.
Well...
But this is a good exchange of information. You see, I just wanted to mention, it's Mordekash who has hired me to keep control of this side of the river. He's been feeding me much more soul coins than usual in order to do so over the past few years.
Soul coin, everybody's favorite new crypto.
Yeah, soul coins, indeed. She reaches into a pouch around her waist and pulls out a pretty large coin that looks like it has chains wrapped around it and stuff, and has little bits of glowing light kind of escaping from cracks on it in a few different places. This is, yes, one of these. If it's not glowing, it's useless. She puts it back in the pouch.
Alright.
Now,
It's questionable as fuck.
Soul coins killing people instead of the planet.
now, I have no love for Mordekash.
So you'd be like totally fine if we killed him.
So if you're aiming to kill him and open up a bit of a power vacuum in the region that I could be ready for.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do. We did it once. He just wasn't here.
Well, he'll be much stronger here.
Well, obviously, but, you know, so are we. That was a long time ago. It's like yesterday.
Well, if you're planning on that, no, absolutely. Let's make a bit of a deal then.
Right.
These two vehicles here need a little bit of work, honestly. This one needs new wheels, or else it's not gonna go too well. She points to the smaller one. And this one needs new armor, unfortunately. I'll let you take them as is if you want, but it's gonna be significantly reduced in viability.
Our viability or its viability?
Its viability.
Alright.
These infernal war machines need soul coins. They can run on a fully charged soul coin for about 3 days.
Oh wow, that's pretty efficient.
Good.
Pretty fuel efficient.
And if you can stop near any of the pools of demon blood, they'll go twice as fast while they're on demon blood for about a minute. Good things to know, yeah. But you're gonna need more soul coins to get around here if you want to use the barge, or if you need any other services from other devils you come across. Soul coins will generally be the way to go. However, I need soul coins too.
Right.
I'm not willing to part with these for nothing.
Right.
Alright.
So, you gonna work for me a little bit, or are you gonna offer me something?
what do you all think? I mean, aside obviously from the opportunity to become the regent of this area, which isn't nothing. It's just an opportunity.
I don't have anything to give at the moment. What about the rest of you?
I don't mind doing a couple small jobs before we go fight the big man.
She kind of pulls her goggles down over her eyes. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Yeah, sorry, Eli, go ahead.
No, so I basically just said I don't mind doing a couple small jobs before we fight the big man.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a proposition.
Oh.
You give us a sufficient amount of soul coins to accomplish our task, which will destabilize the area, and then we help you take over in the ensuing chaos. Do a few favors then.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Fuck. 15?
I'm gonna flash that.
Okay. What does your flash or genius look like for this?
Oh, fuck if I know.
how are you using your artificery wares to help out? I'll let you do it. I just want like even if it's goofy, an explanation.
Immediately twerk really hard.
I think it's funny.
My lips just out of nowhere just goes, hell yeah!
I'm gonna bonk him in the head with the hammer.
With what?
Hammer.
You're gonna hit Burkana with a hammer? That's your flash of genius?
I don't have a better idea.
Okay. Fair enough.
Damn.
So are you like passing on artificery magic with that? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking like how are you helping convince Burkana? Okay, so magic spell kicks off with like a little. Milos pulls out a little like
tiny spark.
Hammer.
Yeah, like a little like goldsmith's like a tinker's hammer, just to just kind of tink, like taps on Burkana's head.
Sorry.
And the red caps around you all just like fall on their backs and begin like belly laughing and rolling around like. Well, the red caps seem to like you. I don't know. We don't deal in I don't like to, I should say. I don't like to deal in maybes and in future events so much, but
isn't that what a contract is?
The prospect of so much increased power should be enticing enough.
It's
big
enticing
risk for a big reward. And you can already tell that this group is quite capable. And honestly, the faster we can get our job done, the easier it will be. So, you helping us now, guarantee it improves the chances of your greater reward in the future.
What do you think, Mickey? And Mickey just kind of looks down at her and shrugs a little bit. Exactly what I was thinking. All right. You have a deal, but just know, while you're gone, I'll be brewing up a special curse, just in case you don't hold up your end of the bargain.
What a horrible night to have one of those.
Well, enough.
And a note
Holy shit, I can't believe this worked.
A note about deals down here. I'm a bit of a special case. I operate on my own terms. But if you make any deals with any other powerful beings down here, there's no escaping them.
Yeah.
More than just an agreement, you say?
Well, if you make any agreement down here, the terms of the agreement will be met, and whatever collateral is laid out in the terms of the agreement will be forfeit. No escaping it.
Very well.
So I'd be very careful about the deals you accept. But my collateral for you is a curse, and it'll be a surprise curse. You're all gonna love it if you betray me, trust me. Oh, the misery will be delicious.
Wait, shouldn't we do it then? You'll love it, I see. Yeah, right.
Oh, well. I get mixed up a bit sometimes. Misery is just so... I forget that company. You all don't love it as well.
Sort of done my share.
Well, there's still the matter of the wheels and the armor, which we could try to salvage from nearby. Or you could just go with them as they are now and have a little bit of a reduced effect.
Where would we salvage them from nearby? Is there a wreck somewhere?
There should be plenty of wrecks down here between here and the sticks. All over the place. We've been building these things, crashing these things, wrecking these things, and throwing them at each other for... I honestly don't know how many eons at this point. It's just about finding the ones that will fit. Well, we need metal plating that will fit this vehicle, or we need wheels of the right size for this one.
Oh, I see. Right, yes.
Aeons, if you don't mind me asking, sorry, how old are you?
You never ask an old lady her age.
Yeah, that's a little rude.
Yeah, well, she can't be more than
fine.
I will give you. Years old.
I am a dealer, though. If you are willing to offer me something, that is information I will tell you, but it will come at a cost.
I don't think it'll be a price I'm willing to pay. I will let my curiosity go unstated.
So, what is it you actually want us to do?
Fair loss. Well, that depends on how you're approaching this. If you're confident in taking these things by themselves, so without the repairs, just take them down to the bank and wait for pickup by the barge, I suppose.
Quick look at these things.
Yeah, I could do a quick glance.
Do I think they're decent? And also, wheels and armor, how easily fixable do they look?
Give me... you're both taking a look? Or is one of you giving advantage to the other?
I mean, I'm taking a look. I don't know if Dross is taking it.
Dross?
Roast.
Yeah.
Are you taking a separate look from Milos, or are you giving Milos advantage?
I'll give Milos advantage.
Okay.
We are very similar when it comes to crafting.
I'll say this will be a Tinker Tools check.
Is it using the tools?
It wouldn't be using the tools, but it is with your tool proficiency.
Okay. So I get expertise, Tinker's tools.
Yeah, all the tool-related features, essentially, unless something says, crafting something using tools.
Oh, that's weak.
20's still pretty great, though, honestly. On the scale of things.
So 5.
True. So you take a look at these things, and they are like no machinery you have seen before. They seem to be... I mean, you're used to seeing enchantments and things, right? And machines that run on magic rather than on mechanical force, and the mixes of both. These things don't seem to have anything quite as formal as an enchantment, and they seem to be almost as much living things as they are machines.
Wait.
These are... Yes?
I was supposed to take advantage on that, wasn't I?
Oh, yes, you can take advantage of that.
Oh, hold on. Slightly better.
Nice.
I just roll a 69.
These things are metal plates on bones and muscle and sinew, and the interiors are sort of hollowed out into flesh, but then nicely padded out so that you're not just sitting on flesh inside them. Yeah, things like that.
Why can't I cuddle?
You can if you want to. Everything is sort of protected about them. You find that each of them has like a large furnace-like structure near the front, sort of above the front wheels, sort of behind those like almost like the parts of the armor that almost look like a knight's visor on the front of each of them is like where a furnace is, basically, like the kind of lines for ventilation there.
Okay.
Great big opening for you to throw fuel into them. And they are both kind of very softly purring as you get closer to them.
Like a cat or like a motor?
Like a cat.
I don't know, this looks like it's right up your alley.
So there is
I have
machinery.
no idea what you're talking about, Eli.
There is machinery going on here. But it's something you can work out with a bit of time, but it is such a completely different school of thought than any machinery you've ever applied yourself to before. But you feel like, give it a minute to really study them, you could probably do some work on them if you had the right materials.
Okay, and like work on them, like improve them, or work on them like
repair them.
Fix the okay.
Yeah, you can see the places where like the wheels that they have on the bike, which you can see is it's the red caps begin to inform you all about these things as you're walking around them, as they are like loving to work on them and stuff. You're informed that the little bike is called a Devil's Ride, and the larger one is called a Tormentor.
Hey, that's both terrifying and super cool at the same time.
Yeah, that's like almost adorable.
And the wheels are almost more like saw blades that are like very hooked for digging into the terrain around here rather than pushing along it like wheels normally do. Like they really dig into the sort of broken bones and rock that's falling away to get as much grip as they can that way.
That literally
Rocking
just
stone.
reminds me of the video of the guy who put fucking circular saws on his goddamn bike.
Yeah, like that.
And would I be able to make like an estimate on how much of an improvement the repairs would be?
Well, currently,
or am I just
so these
that
vehicles,
unfamiliar with them?
I'll just give some numbers here a little bit.
Okay.
These vehicles have stats, and when you ride in them, there's actually like combat stats for all of them and stuff, right?
Oh.
Okay.
The Tormentor has a bit of corroded armor, so its AC is reduced from 21 to 15 currently. And there's a bunch of other stats too, but that is the number that's currently reduced. Fixing the armor will get that back up to a 21. The Devil's Ride has kind of shitty wheels, so its speed will be reduced from 100 to 70. So if you're able to fix those two things, you could get those back up to the normal stats, essentially.
Okay.
Do you think
Not too bad
basically
as
if
is,
you
though.
just had the raw materials, you could probably use something like Fabricate or a mix of various crafting rolls to get it done if you had enough time? But it's the raw materials that are potentially tricky, depending what you have on you.
I
Well, I
wouldn't mind
suppose-
salvaging to make sure we have a working machine.
Yeah, why not, right?
You are likely to run into others out there. I would recommend getting them ready, but if you're in a rush, up to you.
A little bit of a rush, but not enough that we can't stop and
BRB.
do this.
We got this.
No.
Sounds like you have your answer then.
In the interest of our expedience, Bracano would definitely remember what the names of those Raksasha are.
Mordekash and Durestron?
Okay, I thought that was the. I thought one of them, the Mordekash was a demon for some reason. Anyway, they're a demon lord, not demon. Of course, he's a demon. You know, one of the ones that was sealed away.
Oh yes, the overlords.
Yeah. You wouldn't happen to be able to tell us where Mordekash and the other one's name has already fallen out of my head.
Well, that's what we've been talking about. Is Mordekash is? I mean, that's his turf right over there, and you're gonna go kill him. So there's a power vacuum for me to step into. Well, that's the plan.
Yes. Where exactly does he regenerate? Do you know?
If I had to guess, probably in his fortress over there across the river. I mean, I don't know why he would be anywhere else.
All right, fair. I didn't realize we could see his fortress from here.
That makes a lot of sense, honestly.
It's a few miles away, but it's big. Also, I mean, there's not much down here in the way of like trees or other things to block your vision. You can see for a long ways. It's just like so much chaos in all directions down here that's hard to make certain things out.
Fair.
Oh, he'll be so excited to see us. It's been so long.
I'm sure you will.
You know.
Darastaran is a little farther in. Well, at least he was a couple years ago. He's a hard one to pin down, that one. I'm sure you'll find him. If you're looking for him, I don't know why you would be. Good luck with that one if you're trying to go for the 2-for-1 special down here.
Yes.
Maybe we are.
Actually, yeah, we are.
Well, unfortunately, Darastaran's territory is a little too far from mine for me to make any use of it. So it doesn't benefit me at all, but do that one after Mordekash, please, so that you actually have a chance against Mordekash.
Yeah, fair enough. I'd rather take them on one-on-one anyways, especially inside their lair. Turning to the others, the restaurant is the one that has the shards, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't
yeah,
your restaurant the sword one?
Yeah,
Nope,
shit.
that's Mordekash. Nope, the restaurant's the caster.
Shit. Alright.
Yes,
We got to get moving then.
Mordekash is famous for his sword skills.
Which is funny, because I beat him to death twice.
True.
Have you beaten him to death on his home turf with his armies?
Nope.
Not yet.
Well, now you have
Give
something on
me,
your bucket list.
Yeah, give me a day or two.
Actually, shouldn't be that hard. I mean, like, obviously it'll be hard, but we do hard things. We came here.
We do hard things.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that
That's
you
what she said.
do hard things since, you know, you made your way all the way down to hell to talk with us here.
Yep.
Alright, let's go. Let's go get
Call a
some
Sigma grind set.
some shit.
Yes. How many souls are you willing to offer us to get us to Mordekash's
Well,
lair?
so the goal here is just
And back.
to get you there and back, you say. Okay,
Preferably,
let's see.
since we have to do favors for you.
If I'm just offering you enough to get there and back, 5 coins should be enough. A coin for each vehicle, which will get you there. You should be able to get there. And that's honestly massive overkill. But let's say you get stopped somewhere for a couple days for some reason. Another 2 coins to get back in case you take longer than 3 days somehow, even though it's just over there. And then 1 more coin to pay for the barge.
Will the barge take us both ways on 1 coin?
No, it will not.
Maybe we just hope we don't get delayed and try to steal one from the other side. I'm sure we can get some from Mordekash.
You
Oh,
should
yeah,
have
they'll probably have a
tons
lot.
of them there, yes.
All right.
If you encounter any other devils out there too, and you just beat them up and take their pocket change, I'm sure you might find a few more here and there, but that 5 minimum should get you there and back, unless, I mean, if you're running low on coins, I'd try and abandon the smaller vehicle maybe. It'll be pretty tight in the Tormentor, but maybe a couple of you could ride on the outside of it or something. Save a coin for the barge.
Well, the
Alright.
barge. I feel like there's someone else I should save a coin for, but I can't for the life of me figure out whom.
No, it's who you toss the coin to. I remember.
Oh, right. This is why you're the bard.
Yeah.
Who do you
All right,
toss a coin
let's
to?
go.
You
I feel like
toss a
it's to me.
coin to your witcher.
Oh my god. I was just hoping we would ignore it and move on, but like,
I like that
Yeah.
song. I mean, I'm the witch around here, so that song sounds pretty great to me, personally.
Witch, wizard, same thing.
let's go find some pieces and see if we can repair these things.
That
And
sounds
you-
like a good plan.
You bring whatever you can find back, if it's large enough. We can get it whipped into shape in about a day.
Oh, we can do that like 10 minutes.
Oh, well, excellent. Yeah, then just bring back whatever you can find then. Don't even need to worry about size, as long as you got enough of it total.
Right.
Here,
Let's go
while
then.
you're going, how much can I trust all of you, and how much of a hurry are you really in?
To be quite honest, I have no problem with you.
Yeah,
Over
I mean, I
here,
was
I
thinking
have
about
problem with
killing
lots
you,
of
but you
people. I
seem
don't
fine.
have problem with you.
All right. Well, if I give you, I'm gonna make a deal with you. I give you 1 less coin. You're down to 4, but you can borrow my my salvager, scavenger. Sorry, my scavenger for a bit. She's a beaut, and she'll tug any of the loot you can find out there back to this place easy as possible.
That actually seems like a pretty good deal.
That does seem like a good deal.
Yeah, the same thing about collateral curses and all that if you don't bring her back to me, but
Right, yeah.
I mean, we're doing all this on the promise that we want to bring it back to you. And if we don't bring it back to you, it's probably because we're dead. Can you still curse us if we die?
Oh, of course.
Probably not.
Oh, okay, just checking.
your
Oh,
soul,
shit.
you'll
Everyone
become.
here is
Yeah,
already
we'll still be
dead.
down here, right?
Yeah, we'll still be here.
Well, if you die and you don't fulfill the end of one of our deals, you'll become one of these coins.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Good to know.
Wait, that was your curse?
That's part of it.
No,
Oh, okay.
it's just
Okay. I felt like I would get something bigger out of
I
you.
have-
You seem
I
like
have-
a really big, important person.
A lot of experience making deals down here. There's you got to be prepared for every situation.
you have a
Is-
contract we could read.
Is your scavenger a little fleshy and shit like the cars?
It is the similar technology, yeah, pretty much the same.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking keep that. I wouldn't keep that even if like no. That's
True.
not my style.
All right.
All right. Well, we just had a really chill conversation with a night hag.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that deal fucking worked.
What's a night hag?
One of those.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
Would I
It
be
was
afraid?
a lovely conversation. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
All right. So, Sky,
Afraid
remember
would be an
way
adequate emotion.
fucking back, we went into that place in the woods with
Yeah,
Faye and
Eat us.
yeah. Okay. It's like those things, okay? But way tougher.
Okay.
yeah, our level.
Like
So, like, Hag
That's
2
like-
Electric Boogaloo.
yeah, that thing is like several of us.
Yeah,
So
those were dusk hags. This is a night hag, so it's like deeper into the darkness.
very fucking scary.
Yeah.
But also chill as fuck somehow.
I mean, to be fair, she's probably one of the more reasonable people we're going to meet down here.
Yeah, right?
Right? She's probably like, hey, I know you guys are going to run into some pretty fucked up shit. You want a deal?
Mad Maggie is shrewd and loves deals.
Either way, I win in this scenario. So, like, ain't no problem to me.
Believe it or not,
Either
I'm the
you
chill
help-
one down here.
Either you help me or I get your souls.
Exactly.
Like, a win-win.
All right, well... Oh yeah, how do we want to go about finding the stuff?
I don't know.
So-
she gestured in a direction when she said they crashed cars down there.
Indeed. Mickey also leads you to a large section of the wall on the other side of the plateau from where you entered, sort of a large garage down there. He opens up another very large stone garage door just by kind of lifting it up out of the way.
A garage, so to speak.
But a garage, so to speak.
Only if you're Leroy.
And behind it is this massive vehicle. This image here, I didn't want to take up too much space, but it is longer than a bus.
Whoa.
And just
Pretty
has
Bus 2.0?
a lot of horsepower to it. That big crane in front could pick up Drost in like his big form.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
It is a huge vehicle. It can hold, although the rooms inside it are fairly small because most of it is dedicated to horsepower to just tug things across the very difficult and lots of friction on the ground around here, believe it or not.
oh, this is the harvester.
This is the
Yeah.
scavenger, the big one at the bottom. left.
Scavenger.
Yep.
Well,
Um,
shit, fuck.
So it can hold 8 creatures, so all of you can ride in it.
Okay.
Requires one person at the helm to pilot it, one person to work the grappling claw, and optionally has 2 harpoon flinger stations for offense, if anyone wants to take those.
That
My-
sounds sick.
Fucking god. Okay.
And then 4 places for people to just stay inside. And
Do we need proficiency with land vehicles to drive it?
I don't believe so. Let me go over this again.
Hot damn.
What kind of check is required to drive it?
Pretty sure none of us have. Well, I don't have proficiency in land vehicles at least.
Nala does.
Okay.
Null is dead.
So, you don't require proficiency to operate it. However, you won't be adding to... you use the vehicle's stats while you're doing things with the vehicles. And if you're proficient with land vehicles, you can add your proficiency bonuses to any checks the vehicle makes. Otherwise, you're just using the vehicle's stats. And then there are specific actions that each position can take. The helm just controls the movement of the vehicle every turn. The grappling claw can make, if it wants to, a melee attack with the claw, or it can grapple onto something so the vehicle can pull it. And the 2 harpoon flingers can every round take a ranged weapon attack action with it. But yeah, so without proficiency, it's gonna be a little harder to hit things with all these attacks, but they're there.
What does that ranged weapon attack use? I assume dex?
Boons.
It uses the vehicle's dex.
The vehicle's dex.
The vehicle has stats. The vehicle has strength, dex, and con, no mental stats.
Well, shit. That kind of means that everything works for everyone then. There's no, like, min-maxing to do here.
Yep. The only min-maxing is having vehicle proficiency, which is
I do
the
not.
accuracy boost. Otherwise, much the same. It has a bunch of passes it can do, like all of its weapons are considered magical. It's immune to a bunch of conditions and damage types because it's a fucking vehicle. Crushing wheels. It can move through the space of any large or smaller creature, and there's a bunch of features about how it crushes and knocks things prone and tears them up and shit while it drives over them.
Okay.
And if it's ever knocked prone, it can't right itself and needs external forces to flip it back upright.
I can handle that.
Probably a
cow
Dross thing. Yeah, so that's that. This particular vehicle also has a cargo capacity of 2 tons, fun fact. Mostly because of, it's designed to literally pull other vehicles around.
Yeah, holy shit. Okay.
So that is the scavenger. Who's taking what? Who's doing what here?
And I'm probably not driving any of these. I got little legs.
Does any of our companions have proficiency with land vehicles?
Not me.
No. That's a negativo. I just got to. I had to double check for some reason.
So I didn't mean you guys.
Oh, good. You mean
Nope, not me.
wine cooler?
Oh, wine mixer. Yeah.
Wine mixer is disadvantaged on everything.
Whoever's at the helm will also take reactions for the vehicle if it has them. Some of them do. The vehicle sometimes needs to make saves against other things, like if you need to try and dodge a fireball while you're in the vehicle, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Does it automatically get Catalina's aura?
Sure. I'll say the driver gets the aura, which is what counts here.
Okay.
That's fine. But if the driver doesn't have proficiency, you're not proficient in the saves. That's the catch there. Because the driver doesn't really make any checks usually to just move around, but you're in control of the saving throws and reactions is the thing there, which is pretty important. Let's see, other rules of note here. It's a bonus action to turn the vehicle on or off, or the pilot can dash or disengage as a bonus action for the vehicle, and fueling it is a bonus action as well if you ever need to like pour demon blood into it to make it go faster or whatever.
Or demon blood in it.
Yep.
Lovely.
I feel like there was something else I wanted to mention, but I don't remember now. Oh yeah, all the stations, everyone who's not at a station has full cover inside the vehicle. Those who have a station, each station has a amount of cover specified. So like the claw has half cover, the helm has 3/4 cover, things like that. Because you need visuals on the outside, so you're not completely defended.
All right. Well, who wants to do shit?
Neat. I don't think I have a particular preference as to which role I have. Drive.
I'm happy to harpoon.
We'll do whatever is necessary.
Get me on that poon.
Well,
I knew you were going to go for something. I just didn't know what you
absolutely.
were gonna say.
Absolutely.
I will play music.
Okay, entertainment.
I thought that was a threat.
see, we're just gonna Mad Max us through hell, and Eli's gonna be,
Exactly.
playing a flaming guitar.
Guitar guy strapped to the front.
Exactly.
Oh, I haven't crafted the flaming guitar yet. Hold on.
No.
Easy, just major image it. Or something.
Instrument of the Bards, Mad Max.
Yeah, DM, you totally have like Doom music prep for our travel through hell, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
All right.
DM is now frantically looking through all of his music to be like, fuck, do I have Doom music? Do I have Doom music?
You think he doesn't?
I have Doom music downloaded. I don't have it in Foundry though. Yet. So we need a helm. We need someone at the helm, someone at the claw, and optionally 2 people at the harpoon flingers.
I will take a harpoon.
I'll take the
claw,
other.
I guess.
I'll go helm.
All right. So,
Is there a space I could, like, if I'm having difficulty with the harpoon, like, reach out and fling a spell?
there is like eye holes for you to aim the harpoon flinger with. It's like a turret on the side of the thing, essentially.
All right.
You like sit in a seat, and there's like a ball around you, and then like the turret in front of you, and as you move the controls, the whole thing rotates, like your seat with it. And so like you are looking through a little bit of an open area in front of you. Actually, the harpoon flingers are only half cover, so it's like the area directly in front of you around the turret itself is open. So you could potentially cast some stuff from there. Yeah.
I like
Right.
the idea that in hell, like, it's just even more fucked up Mad Max.
Yep. That is why I love this module.
This module is Avernus, right?
Yeah, I'm essentially just adapting some concepts from Avernus into Eberron, because the information on Kyber was slim, and I didn't like what I was finding. So it's like, let's just throw Avernus in there.
Yay.
Okay, so.
Yep.
This thing already is fueled up a bit. Mad Maggie did leave it with some fuel for you all. You don't need to throw an additional soul coin in there. And next to the furnace, you do see a little gauge as you turn this thing on that flicks up to about half full. And speaking of which, as you turn this thing on, Leroy, you flip the switch that engages the engine. The purring grows louder, and then overlapping human screams begin to come from the engine at different pitches and volumes, growing louder as you push on the gas and even louder as you step on the brake, and only really silent when the vehicle is not in motion and not on.
Oh. Glad it's me that chose to drive this.
This is not a quiet vehicle.
It was not.
So, drive down out of the garage to the slopes below, and you do indeed see just an absolute shit ton of wrecks beneath here. There are vehicles torn up and shredded all about. Some of them look like they've been run over by vehicles you can barely comprehend the size of. You think would probably be like Warforged Colossus-sized vehicles. Absolutely ridiculous things, judging by some of the like, I don't want to say tread marks down here, more like saw blade grooves through the ground that have torn through things. And it's just a wasteland. And a lot of the armor is similarly corroded to what you found, so you're gonna have to do some digging to find things that are gonna be good. So, I'll say, Leroy, make me an investigation check, I guess, since you were gonna be driving.
Let's see. Oh wait, you said investigation? How am I good at those? Okay.
Nice.
There's certain values of good.
Okay, so you drive around for a little bit. It's not a quick process, as you kind of drive up to something and then you wait for who took the claw? Was it Milos?
Yes.
Milos takes the claw and reaches down to grab some things and shift them out of the way and look at if there's any more clean parts underneath, and you move on from there. But eventually you do find a slightly larger vehicle than the one you're repairing, that appears, it's a 6-wheeled vehicle, so it's quite a bit larger, but the actual chassis of it appears like it's similar in size. It's more lightweight and designed for speed, and you can tell there's been so many bits of it torn off and ripped away. It probably had tons of weapons on it, but now it's just a husk, just a shell. But the shell's all you need, and it's got a couple wheels. Maybe those wheels will fit the Devil's Ride.
Maybe they will.
So, you want to take that one back?
Sure.
All right. So, the claw remains attached to this vehicle as the scavenger begins to pull that back away as Leroy takes that back up. And it takes a while, but this vehicle is very strong. And despite this vehicle you're towing being only slightly smaller than it, you're able to make it all the way home with it. So, you now have some spare materials, and Maggie has taken her scavenger back.
You still need plating.
What's that, Leroy?
We still need plating, right?
No, this one had some armor on it and some wheels. You found a combo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. And to fix it.
To fix these things up.
All right. The wheels are 2 of the wheels are the right size. This thing has like sets of wheels that are very large in the back, medium size in the middle, and then very small at the front. And the ones at the front.
The Knight Rider isn't a motorcycle?
Hmm?
The Knight Rider isn't a motorcycle?
The Devil's Ride is a motorcycle, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, but the vehicle you pulled in has 2 wheels. It has 6 wheels. 2 large in the back, 2 medium in the middle, 2 small at the front, and the ones at the front look like they're about the right size for the Devil's Ride. However, they are a lot more jagged and toothy, and you feel like you might need to kind of shape them a little bit to get them to fit and not like scrape against the inside of this the wheel wells on this thing and the plating. So it's going to take a little work, but you got the right materials for it at least, and a little magic can fix that. And then this thing has plenty of plating. Again, it will all need to be reshaped to fit your Tormentor. But you've got plenty of material now. So what's your approach?
Let's see. I think you said that after I looked at it, I thought that I could probably replace the parts using Fabricate, right?
Yeah, I'd let you do the wheels as one Fabricate, I think. I think with the tricky part will be the armor plating. So that's technically a bunch of small pieces you could probably fit into Fabricate's cube and then place on it. This isn't going to be the highest DC in the world, but I'm going to just say, just to kind of come up with like your 3D printing plan of trying to get the the armor plates all kind of inside one Fabricate cast, will be
I can only make like a 5x5x5 worth area because it's metal.
Oh, is
not like
that's how it works?
Yeah, it's
okay. It's probably going to take you
text.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you're working with metal, stone, or another mineral, the fabricated object has limited size.
All right. So you can definitely still do the wheels. That's fine. If you it might be 3 Fabricates total then. To get all the plates and the wheels done.
Right. I've got 2 Fabricates.
Hey,
Dross, how fast do you think we could shape out these wheels if we work together on them?
Very fucking quickly.
Perhaps Maggie's could be of assistance as well.
We don't want to ask too much.
Yes, let's try it ourselves.
Fair.
I will set to helping Milos.
all right. I'll say. So if you're trying to manipulate the metal of these very large wheels, these very large saw blades here, might be tricky without like a forge and a heat source and all that.
I have a heat source.
That's true. You have a heat source.
We've got a Drost.
We've got a Drost. That's true. You do have Drost's magic heat source. All right. So I'll say this will be just a standard crafting check then to try and reshape them. So 2 hours and a bit of elbow grease.
What variety?
This will be blacksmithing.
Synthetic elbow grease.
And I'll set the DC at 16 for fixing these wheels in 2 hours.
Absolutely. Do we roll separately?
Fixing like one wheel each, or like
the pair. It is a 2 hour task. However you want to break that up between you.
Okay.
Like if you want to aid each other or whatever, or
I will assist Drost.
go for it. So I think you both roll and take the highest.
Actually, I'm not going to assist Drost. I'm going to spend almost half an hour of the 2 hours fabricating the other plates and trying to put them on. Drost will be fine.
All right, sounds good.
A level of confidence our group has.
Let's see. Wait, you have 20 strength, right?
Okay, so the funny thing here.
I'm pretty sure it's still a pass.
The funny thing here is I literally can't fail this because my strength is at 22 now, actually.
Oh.
But yes, I have a plus 15. I think now a plus 16 to smithing. So I actually can't fail this check.
Perfect. And there you go. You get the wheels done. You get the saw blades shaped up a little bit and ready to go. You still should grip the ground perfectly well, but they won't.
Definitely not my finest work, but
yeah. I mean,
quick and
honestly,
dirty.
nothing about these vehicles screams fine to you, except for the vehicles themselves screaming. But you know, they're not. The vehicles aren't fine work, anyways.
Oh my god!
I am out of assembly apparatus. So
quick and dirty, it is.
Things on that.
All right. So you got the vehicles repaired. It's been a few hours, but you got it all done a lot faster than it could have been. Took a few spell slots, took some elbow grease, took some time. But
yeah, fuck it.
Mickey
the
has
less
been.
Time in hell, the better.
Sorry, what?
The less time in hell, the better.
True. Mickey has been sort of waiting at the garage and watching you all work, and Maggie sort of steps around him and into the garage door. Well, it appears you got that all done then. Here are your 4 coins, holding up my end of the bargain. Thank you for returning my scavenger without even a scratch. Very well done out there.
Absolutely.
So, this bike, this Devil's Ride, can hold one of you piloting it, driving it around, and the other one can just be on the back. I'd recommend holding on, but your hands can be free if you need to do anything with them to ward off attackers. That's up to you. The other one, a little more armored, can hold 4 of you. Requires someone to drive it, someone to operate the harpoon flinger, and then there are 2 seats inside that will be protected. And that's all up to you.
There are 6 of us, right? Yeah, 6.
It might lose.
What?
You and me on Devil's Ride.
Sure, you want to drive? I'll shoot.
Yeah, sounds good.
Catalina will take a seat inside the Tormentor.
I'll take the... Fuck it, I'll drive the Tormentor.
Alright. 2 more seats in the Tormentor. For the 2 of you.
Hell yeah.
Don't all jump at once.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can sit in the Tormentor.
You did.
Sorry.
Oh. And I guess RX Harpooner.
Well, yeah, one of you's got to take the harpoon, the other one could just have a seat where you just chill inside.
Aw, damn. Do you want me to harpoon? I look at Leroy.
I'm fine with either way. Man.
Am I big enough to harpoon?
Sure.
Pale hop in.
Must be this tall to harpoon.
I will say, the other note about the seats that are inside, there's no windows on this thing when you're in the back. If you're on a harpoon or you're on the driver's seat, you can see out and, you know, you could cast spells or use your own weapons or things from there too, but from inside, you're basically at the mercy of the other crew members of these vessels.
The other crewmates.
Yeah, the other
Okay,
crewmates.
I'll be on harpoon, sure.
Funny, I
What's the
already,
worst that could happen?
volunteered.
Rollies?
Sure,
Rollies.
Rollies?
Rolly?
Roll a d20.
Huh.
Just a flat
see
d20.
who gets the harpoons.
Yeah, if you're fighting over it.
I accidentally rolled 2. It's a 12.
Yeah, like 25 out of 20.
25 out of 20 is pretty impressive.
Modifiers?
Guys fucking cheating at rollies.
I didn't even question
Without
it
honor.
first.
Eli pulls out the single die D100 for rolls.
Yeah. I'm honestly so used to watching Eli clear 20 that like I didn't even flinch at seeing the 25
Eli
roll
gets
in.
a 22 out of 20 on rollies. 22!
It's like when I was playing bullshit in high school and someone tried to pass off like 5 6s or something. Like,
Oh yeah.
fucking idiot.
Here.
I don't know how I ever got stuff like that past people, but I did that all the time.
It's always when they're just not really paying attention or giving a fuck.
Yeah, or you say like 4 or 5s and put down like a dozen cards.
I've never done that before. I feel like everyone I play with always like fucking has to count my cards when I'm playing cards.
Anyways, we can get back to that, but I want to wrap this up real
back
quick.
to D&D.
Yeah, well, that's what we'll pick up from next time, is all I wanted to say. We'll start with you all now in hell, having made several bargains with a night hag and her little murder trickster devils. But now you have a couple vehicles.
That's a bad idea.
Now you have a couple vehicles, some currency, and you're gonna charge headlong towards Mordekash, hopefully before he regenerates. That's what we'll pick up from next time. Thanks for playing, everyone.
Thanks for running.